Hi, it's Gwen Fox, and thank you for being here. Now, we're starting the Making It Simple series today, but first, I want to apologize for the long time that I have been away, but COVID and a hurt back kind of put you down. But with that said, let's move on. Making it simple is taking the elements and the principles of design and boiling down each into understandable terms. Now, just so you know, design and composition are one and the same. There's no essential difference, despite some rumors to the contrary. They're both boiled down to where you put what. When you start a painting, we mark somewhere on the picture plane where you're going to put something, probably your center of interest. And composition and design are what painting is all about. Knowing what to do and how to do it actually gives you freedom. Now, many artists feel intimidated by design. I know I did. And it's just too much to learn and to deal with. Because of this, they put it on the back burner and they hope it'll take care of itself one day. And this actually usually comes back to bite them. I personally found having a plan, a concept, or an idea of how I want the painting to look, what I want it to say, is the best way for me to deal with the frustrations of painting. Now, with this said, I realize that there are many successful artists who approach the canvas or the paper by just starting with nothing in mind. I have tried this, and each time I regret my decision. I usually end up scraping off the paint out of frustration as to where on earth was I going with this painting. But remember, both ways are correct. It is how you decide to create your painting that is important. Now, look at it as if you're going on a trip. Let's say you're going to go on a hike. Do you just get in the car and pass the trailhead and say, hey, that looks good. I think I'll try that one. Perhaps you do, but where does it go, and how hard is the hike, and how long is it? But even with a plan, success is never guaranteed, unfortunately, but it does improve your chances. Your understanding of design will open up the door to allowing you to take risk and experiment more than you've ever thought possible. Now remember, knowledge is power. Understanding the, quote, rules of composition actually sets you free. Design is simply a recipe for a successful painting. Without design, we have a plain baked potato with no butter, salt, or pepper. But with design, we've got a baked potato with all the trimmings, the butter, the salt, the sour cream, the chives, and a little cheese. You get the drift. Geez, I'm hungry now. But the elements and principles, these are the building blocks of design. Now, the reason I say that you're automatically good at design is that I'm sure that you have sometime in your life decorated a house or a room. Now, let's just take the living room, for example. You know where the couch will go and the other chairs. Guess what? That's design. You have selected how to design the room in the best way. Now, painting is no different. You select where your center of interest will go, or as some would say, where you want the eye to go. You place that shape there. And from there, the other things fall into place. I look at the principles of design as the foundation of your painting. The principles include contrast, emphasis, rhythm, movement, harmony, discord, and balance. They are like building a house. This is your foundation. Now, you wouldn't start building a house without some sort of idea where the rooms are going to be. Your kitchens and your bathrooms are important because that's where the plumbing needs to be. The same thing as with your painting. There are things to consider before you put paint to paper. Now I'll add here again, there are those who paint instinctively and do it beautifully, and more power to them. I paint instinctively after I have developed a design and a foundation for my painting. That's just how I do it. Now, the elements of design, I personally call the fluff. It is the fun part of decorating. It's the color, the shape, the line, the value, and the texture, and the space. Now, you have your foundation, then you can have fun with the fluff and put the fluff on. So now let's have some fun. And I'm going to show you a couple of designs and you decide which one is more pleasing to you. Right, now here is your first one, and they're both very interesting. However, it is the one on the right that is more interesting because it has things on both sides. It's not straight up and down. And I'm sure you picked that one because it just looks better. And besides, it has lots of different colors. Now, the second one, they both have color, but one, it's only on the right. On the right side, that one on the right is a little boring because it's not balanced enough there. It's like too heavy on the left, and that is not going to work when you get ready to do a painting. That is not going to be it. Now, the third, green up and down, or do you have circles that are varying colors, varying shapes, varying positions on the canvas? Therein lies a big secret. You've got your mama, papa, and baby bear. And so the papa being the big shapes, the mama bear being middle, and the baby being the little tiny one, which is the red. Now, the last one is this one, and it is pretty easy for you to tell which one you like, because the one on the right is in half of the canvas, which is something you really don't want to do. And the other part of it is that it's boring in the color. It's too close to the same. Now, the one on the left has variety. It's not in half, plus it has good color, good variation, good contrast. So there you go. You got these right. I'm sure you did. And that tells you that you are good at design. Now, next week, we will start dissecting the principles and the elements of design. This week, though, I want you to start looking at other artists' paintings, decide if you like their design, and if so, why? Why do you like it? You know, this will sharpen your critical eye. So when it comes time to view your own painting and your own work, you'll find the flaw. You'll find out what's wrong and know what to do with it. So here's the schedule and how it will be presented. Next week, we will go over the principles of design and break them down so that they're understandable. The week 3, we will cover the elements of design. And week 4, and this is the all-important week, is how to combine, how to use these principles and elements in your painting. I don't know about you, but you see all these words here, the principles, and you see all these words, elements, and how do you put them together? And so that's what we're going to do then. It's going to be fun, and you're going to love it. But anyway, it's so good to be back with you. If you haven't subscribed to this and you happen to like all that you hear, please subscribe because we would love to have you. We're actually a fabulous group. Anyway, take care. I love you, and we'll see you next week.